Hey YouTube, Mochismo Eugene, another video from Exit Strategy. I want to talk to you guys about the narcissist, when and if they call the police on the victim, which in fact they want to portray the victim as the assailant or the aggressor. I was just observing the day in passing in my neighborhood. It's just a situation whereas every maybe three instances this summer, this spring, or whatever, this year in 2023, I've seen the cops at this individual's house. And when I say the cops, I mean that's plural. Not one cop car, not two cop cars, not three cop cars, not four cop cars, at least 5 cop cars at this individual's house. Every time I've seen them on 3 occasions. And those are just 3 occasions that I have observed or witnessed. It may be quadruple that. Let me show you what it looks like when a narcissist calls the police. I know you've probably heard content creators said this before. If you haven't, I'm going to repeat it. The narcissist will call the police on you. And one or two things are going to happen. They're going to call the police on you and you're innocent, and they're going to portray themselves as the victim. You either going to end up going to jail, or you going to call the police. Let's say you call the police the victim. You are the genuine victim. You're going to call the police on the narcissist. You will end up going to jail when the police get there, because the narcissist is going to gaslight you. She's going to triangulate you with that cop, because she's going to seduce him. Let's just do a she. She's going to seduce him with her body, with her sex appeal, a phony sex appeal. She's going to give crocodile tears. She's going to give a sob story, like her mom just died, her dog died two days ago. Just a whole handful of BS. Now, what I want to talk about with this situation of the cops always at this individual's house, it stuck out to me, and I'm going to show you what this looks like when narcissists often call the police. You will drive by that house or that particular situation, whereas the individuals are engaged with the police. Now, this is the weird thing about it. It's not weird, it's disturbing. You will see, as you're passing by this narcissist's house and the poor victim, which in fact he may be a narcissist himself, they are so cool, calm, and collected. They are so mellow, because she's over in one specific spot of the yard, pretty much on the porch or the balcony. He's down on the ground talking to the police over there. And there are a couple of there's one female cop. I remember seeing that. So what they're doing is they're extracting fuel supply from the police. Because what has happened is the narcissist has gotten bored with the victim, or in fact, if they're two narcissists, they've gotten bored with each other, or they're very low on fuel supply, meaning they're tanking out. They're below their daily dose of serotonin. They need a serotonin hit. From, like Dave from Narcology Unscripted said, they need a hit off the narc pipe, which is you. You're the heroin. They're the addict. They didn't get enough supply from different people that particular day, so they're either drinking, getting drunk, because their mind and their brain is screwed up to begin with. They're wired totally different than the average human being. Their mind is so possessed with everything dark. So they're calm, they're cool, they're collected. You drive by and you're like, that doesn't look like a big deal, but at the same time, why are all those police at their house and they're not even showing any emotion? So you say to yourself right way, as an empath, awakened as we are now, you know right way there's something just not right with that. Because normal people, and I'll say normal for the sake of this conversation, and like I said before, what is normal now? The normal is the abnormal. If you normal, you don't fit in. If you're normal, you're gonna be the quack. You're gonna be the weird one. So, but let's say normal as before all of this craziness with after pandemic and all the return of the dead woke up and came out. You right way know something's not right with that situation because they are too calm, being that it's a domestic situation. What I believe if in fact she's the narcissist, she is calm now because she's regulated. She can regulate all of this attention she's getting, just the presence of the police and people driving by, looking in her direction. This is soothing to them. This is soothing to the narcissist. When they exhaust your time, I told you last video, they are time wasters. They are time wasters. And so, in a nutshell, if you have someone, every time they see you, they hijacking you for a conversation. And if you kind of like tell them you're in route to go do something, you will right way see that they will put you in a headlock, conversationally speaking. They will put you in a headlock, a suplex, figure four leg lock, and you keep finding yourself trying to get away and trying to end the conversation in a very nice, kind, cordial, respectful way, and it's just not gonna happen. You almost gotta abruptly disrespect, insult this person and say, hey man, I'll talk to you about that later, I gotta go. Or just say, hey, I told you 30 minutes ago I had to go, and it just seems like you didn't hear me. You can say that. It's gonna make them rage. They're gonna give you a half-heartedly apology. Oh, sorry, man. You didn't have to stay here. I could have talked to you about that anytime. They'll make you responsible for what they did. Now, back to this conversation with this, or this incident with these individuals. This has happened. I've seen 3 times at least, and I'm just like throwing that number out there. It might have been more than that. I really don't care to pay attention, but when I was turning to go down the street, there were cop cars on both sides of the street. I mean, we talking like a whole bunch of cop cars. The cops weren't amused. They weren't upset. Nobody was really being theatrical at all. It's kind of like they just stopped by to see each other or visit. Just like having a little calm, chillaxing conversation. Nobody was in handcuffs. There was some drinking going on because I know she drinks a lot. She's an alcoholic. At some point, I think, because I know her, she had mentioned to me that she had the DUI and her license was taken. She had to pay thousands of dollars to try to get them back, and I think maybe in fact she might have got them back for the moment. And then again, in the medical field, tell you, man, these narcissists in the medical field, man, I'm done. I've had my wits end. If I meet a woman, she tells me she's in the medical field, I don't care how hot she is, I don't care how sound she seems, I don't care how together she seems. It's just, I've had my wits end with it, man. Give me somebody to work at a Denny's or a fast food restaurant, I don't care. No, I do care. I'm just saying. My first wife's a nurse. But, that's not saying a whole bunch either. But these people hold up life. They hold life hostage. They hold life hostage. And I mean, when you think about the police, they're like servants of the community, and I was seeing that from different dynamics. I was looking at it and saying to myself, hey, why am I so worked up over this? Why am I? Because I can see everything for what it is. um, Cops like, hey, checking their watch, like, man, if I can just like, because I think a lot of times the cops already know if they're narcissists, and if they're not, they are probably of the firm belief that, I've been here before. These people don't have a real situation. They act like it is, and looking at their watch, go to this call. If they can milk that situation for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, pretending that they have a real situation, domestic, pretending they had to talk these people down, and they'll sit there and listen to the narcissist, because the narcissist will go a mile a minute. What this does for the police, this is an advantage for them, because they can milk this. So you got the narcissist milking the officers for the attention, adoration, adulation, and all this other kind of stuff, because they're regulating themselves. The cops are milking this because, hey, if I can do this for 45 minutes, I'm almost off shift. It's almost time to go home. This is what you're seeing in the police force too. Nobody really wants to do paperwork. The police forces have found a way to milk this situation too. And I believe it's predominantly led by narcissists. Because narcissists are lazy. They find more ways to get out of work. And it would seem, just looking at them, sitting back, casually observing, they take the high road. But me, myself, that just seems harder, dodging the thing rather than just to do the thing. They don't care. They're so lazy. They put more energy and effort in dodging work, dodging responsibility, dodging obligations than even is necessary. It could be a small thing, very small, trivial thing. They would exhaust themselves trying to not have to live up to that situation. And this is how sad and sadistic this thing gets with when you start talking about narcissists and all the things dark. I just thought I might just come in and let you guys know that this is a situation that I've observed for a few times this year. And if you see cops coming into this residence, and this same residence, this same couple, this same situation, and you see that these cops stand there and they actually hear these people out, it's just the same repetitive situation. The cops are at these people's houses all the time. If you see this repetitively and nobody goes to jail, more than not, and if they're not really, really, really upset, they can fake upsetness now, but there's a difference. If you're an empath, I think you'll be able to determine whether there's something really, really, really sincere about that. They're just faking. If you see this in your neighborhood, don't even be amused. Don't even be amused. What you do, if you're on that porch when the cops pull up, get your stuff, get your iced tea, your beer, your wine, whatever you're doing on your checkerboard, your Monopoly game, and go in the house. Go in the house, shut all the doors, and let all the mini blinds down. Starve them. Starve that narcissist for that energy and that fuel supply. Because they're getting that energy supply from that fuel supply from the neighborhood that's gawking at what is going on in that narcissist's yard when all these cops pull up. It's almost like they're asking, they'll call it 911, inviting them to their little party, their little sadistic party of sorts. But unbeknownst to the cops, they're being called to a fuel fill up. They're going to fill the narcissists up with fuel. Almost like NASCAR. They're running over there with the gas, pouring it in the thing real fast. That's what they're doing. And that's essentially what a narcissist is. They're NASCAR drivers. They're NASCAR drivers. Tony Stewart ain't got nothing on a narcissist. With that being said, bless.